I am Anthony from Hazardson, and today we're going to look at the history of Transformers video games. Begun by toy designers looking for the next big thing, Hasbro ended up partnering with the Japanese toy company Takara. Using Takara's toy designs, Hasbro then asked Marvel Comics to create character biographies and story elements that would help sell the imported toys to American children. Almost as soon as the Transformers hit the airwaves in 1984, there was the first Transformers video game. In 1985, the Commodore 64 and Sinclair Spectrum saw the first Transformers video game named The Transformers. Playing a Generation 1 Autobot, the goal was to collect pieces of an Energon Cube while fighting the Decepticons. In 1986, the Commodore received the Transformers Battle to Save the Earth. This was a base defense game that featured a deployment mechanic that included the first-person shooting of enemy hordes. In 1986 and in 1987, the Famicom saw two Japanese exclusives in Transformers Mystery of Convoy and Transformers The Headmasters. Mystery of Convoy focuses on Ultra Magnus battling Decepticons. Its sequel, The Headmasters, features a number of Autobots who travel planet to free planets being controlled by the Decepticons. Skipping nearly a decade, we get to 1997 and the Beast Wars Transformers video game on PlayStation and the PC in 1998. As a third-person shooter, players choose various Maximals and Predacon characters to fight against the alien group, the Skrillex. In 1999, Transformers Beast Wars Transmetals released on the PlayStation and Nintendo 64. A fighting game, the Maximals and Predacons fight each other, much like other games in the genre. However, the consoles do not share the same story elements. In 2003, the Transformers Call of the Future returns to Generation 1, but as a Japanese PlayStation 2 exclusive. Choosing to be either an Autobot or Decepticon, this squad-based game has both combat and army building. In 2004, Transformers was released on the PlayStation 2 and focuses on the Transformers Armada animated series. The United Kingdom version released with a special director's cut featuring a making-of video. In 2007, Transformers the Game was a multiplayer release based upon the first live-action Transformers movie. This third-person shooter featured missions involving characters and storyline from each faction.
Pay for your crimes on Cybertron.
In 2009, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen was a multi-platform shooter released based upon the second live-action Transformers movie. Featuring separate Autobot and Decepticon campaigns, the previous generation versions did not include online play, a first for a Transformers video game.
Dare challenge me? I am a prime! You abandoned that name when you slaughtered your brother.
In 2010, Transformers War for Cybertron was released on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC, with companion games on the Nintendo DS and Wii. With an original story, the main games were third-person shooters featuring a limited number of Autobots and Decepticons. There was also online play. The companion game on the Nintendo Wii, known as Transformers War for Cybertron, Cybertron Adventures, had a linear storyline with different playable characters, each with their own mission levels. In 2011, Transformers Dark of the Moon was a multiplayer shooter released as a prequel to the third live-action Transformers movie. On the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, there is only a single campaign mode, similar to the Nintendo Wii's Transformers War for Cybertron, Cybertron Adventures. Despite the change in storytelling, there was an online mode with player ranking similar to some fighting games. The Transformers Dark of the Moon Stealth Force Edition on the Nintendo 3DS and Wii was a prequel to the movie, but transformations were not optional in this linear third-person shooter. In 2012, Transformers Fall of Cybertron was the multiplayer sequel to Transformers War for Cybertron. Also a third-person shooter, the Autobots attempt to escape Cybertron, which leads right up to the start of the Generation 1 storyline. Also in 2012, Transformers Prime, the game, was a third-person melee game released on the Nintendo DS, 3DS, Wii, and Wii U. Occurring within the storyline of the second season of the animated series, the Autobots and Decepticons fight over Dark Energon. Containing RPG elements, players were able to upgrade character attributes.
Your destruction is at hand!
In 2014, Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark was a multiplayer partial recap of both the Transformers War and Fall of Cybertron and the film continuities together in chronological order. With up to 40 playable characters depending upon the console, players fight through a linear story with both specific and chosen characters. In 2015, Transformers Devastation returns to the Generation 1 era and features characters, art, and audio from the first two seasons of the 1984 animated series. A multi-platform third-person melee game with RPG elements, the Autobots must stop the Decepticons from attaining an ancient power that could potentially destroy the Earth. In 2020, Transformers Battlegrounds was a multiplayer strategy game based upon the Transformers Cyberverse animated series. As per the usual for the series, the Decepticons are attacking Earth and the Autobots must intervene. The animated series does not show humans, but this game does, as some of its settings are located inside human neighborhoods.
You have fought well, but this is not over. You will not stop us. Here we face our greatest.
Planned for late 2021, Transformers Online is a rumored massively multiplayer online game. There is little clarity on whether it would be an international version of the Chinese exclusive Transformers Online released in 2017 or a wholly original game. The Transformers have been in video games for over 35 years with no signs of slowing down. With the establishment of evergreen character designs and stories being based upon the aligned continuity, there is still plenty of room for growth in the chronology first established in 1984. Let us hope that Transformers will continue to live on forever. If you have any comments or questions, please post them. Also remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Promised to get rid of it.
I think we could handle that.
It's on the island.
Thank you for checking out our content. Before you leave, please remember to click like and then subscribe. If you want to receive notifications, do not forget to enable them by clicking on the bell. Then afterwards, check out our social media at HasledgeNet and our website at hasledge.net.